Well, hey guys, welcome to TheCorner, where we talk about anime, manga, and everything in between. And you guys voted for a random anime review for today. So that's what we're going about, and I put into a random generator off the internet, and I put a whole bunch of animes that you guys had recommended to me to be randomized. And with that, I brought my sister in, she pressed the button, we got the anime, and it's Noblesse, the beginning of destruction. So without further ado, let's get this random anime review started. In this show, we end up with the werewolves, vampires, and humans. Humans are at war, and it's set in medieval times, where castles are being done and they're taking siege. Well, we find out that werewolf is harboring a human and raising her as his own, pretty much. And this werewolf's name is Mazaka, and the human is Ashlyn. They're living a nice, peaceful life, but things seem to disturb them every so often, and the werewolf ends up going to the vampire. One of his old friends, Reivew, ends up coming in, hanging out with them as well, and doing things every so often. Type of situations, they end up having to pick up and leave because of some disturbances, so it becomes a very interesting situation. We find out this little girl's actually pretty BA as some soldiers come up to kill this little girl, and they come up, she kills them all with like almost too easily, and as she gets onto a horse, she jumps on it and sits right away and gets shot in the back with an arrow. Mazaka was not too happy. He was furious and enraged and going after humans while Reivew ends up trying to stop him. This goes into a giant, amazing battle that seems to strive on for a while, and the best part of the show as well. Ending in a kind of a stalemate situation up to a point, except Reivew, I think, takes out his best friend Mazaka with one final attack. This explosion ends up happening, and Reivew ends up getting into a coffin and sleeping for another 856 years after this point. That's the end of this episode. It is about 36 minutes long, and there are some little blotchy spots here and there in the show itself. In this anime, you kind of get a little lost with the storyline and exactly what's going on, because it's hard to get into up to a point, except for the battle scenes that you get to see every so often. And normally it came towards the end that you actually got to see these action scenes. I still yet am able to tell you exactly what was going on and how it was being brought to you by, or why all this was going on in the first place, except for the fact that this werewolf is a lord, and they were after him to do what needs to happen. And on top of that, werewolves are helping the humans with their warfare, while Mazaka, the lord, doesn't want this to be going on in the first place, and he doesn't realize that the werewolves are the ones in control of the battlefield, and that's what's really causing the problems with humanity at this point in time. Well, I guess I get a little bit of it, but I was a little bit lost here and there as I faded in and out. But it doesn't take away from how well the anime was, and there were a few parts that they could have left out that they really didn't need in. It has a great concept and a lot of great aspects to this WebToon animation. But I think with a little bit more attention to detail at the beginning, and letting you pretty much know exactly what's going on and why the wars end up coming into this perspective, beside it being Middle Ages, you get a lot more of a defined animation in the first place. I myself love medieval things. It's one of my favorite things, so I enjoyed watching this, watching the battlefield and the swords being drawn and the crossbows and the bowmen as well with the horses and the castle sieges. It was just something I enjoyed myself. So I did enjoy watching this, even though I was getting lost here and there in what was really going on, why the werewolf went to the vampire, why the wolves were helping the humans do this, and why there was so much conflict in the first place. Just goes to show you that with a little bit of better storytelling, this could be an amazing animation in the first place. It really could. But this is just the first part. There's actually another one after this called Awakening, and it's after this whole situation here. So I have not seen it, but I may go into watching it a little later on. But Lune, thank you for that spot in the hat, and thank you for the review that I get to do there, because that was a pretty fun one. But honestly, I would give it about 6 out of 10, just because of the fact that I got lost through a lot of the scenes, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the beginning, and yeah, like they catch you on track with the first part with the battle scene, but then they take it all away and put you through this situation where you're like, how do you get her, what's going on here? They explain it a little bit, but at the same point in time, why were they in a battle in the first place? What battle are we talking about here? Where is this going, guys? And I think that's the main thing that gets me at this. I mean, I haven't watched the next one, but the next one looks like it might be something that is 800 years in the future, which is 800 years in the future, and would explain the past a lot better if that's going to be the case, and push it into certain aspects where the destruction one would be a prequel to the second one. So the first one would be the prequel to the second one. The destruction would be the prequel. And if you had watched the first one, if you watched Awakening, which could have been the first one, I don't know at all. I don't know the order of how these came out. But if you watch that and it explains exactly what happened in the past, then it would make more sense to why this one right here is where it's at. For the admin watcher, you watched my stuff? Well, here's the prequel type of situation. And it wouldn't take much to explain if you had actually watched Awakening, I guess. But I haven't watched Awakening yet either, so I can't tell you for sure that's what Awakening does. And I can't be like, oh my god, this is what's going on, or which one came out first. I should probably do a little bit more research on that. But anyways, until the next one, you guys, I hope you guys have a great day, and a fun one as well.